Right, good morning and welcome to the big shave. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit. It's Monday the 21st of March 2016. I've got a feeling this might be the first video I've made this year, but I'm not checking anyway. In case you've not seen these videos before, my name's Steve Farragher. I live in a place you might have heard of called Liverpool in the United Kingdom. It's a medium-sized city, about 400,000 people, and we're all very friendly. It's where the Beatles come from. We've got two famous football clubs. We've got Liverpool Football Club, we've got Everton Football Club, and we're going to talk a little bit about shaving today. We're going to talk a little bit about the Big Shave, which is a shaving group on Facebook that I set up about 5-6 years ago. I'm going to talk about the methodology of shaving as well, so why it's important to carry out this methodology. I tend to like to shave every day of the week, although I do have a little bit of a goatee beard going on that does need to be trimmed down. But I haven't shaved for 2 or 3 days, so if you look closely you should be able to see that I've got quite a bit of growth there, 2 or 3 days growth. So there's a little bit to shave off. So it's Monday morning, it's time to go back into work again, although I did do some work over the weekend, and it's time to get a nice shave to freshen me up, get me in the mood for meeting people and going out and being productive. So what do you need to have a good shave? You need several things. You need some equipment and you need materials. Without the materials, the equipment's useless, and without the equipment, the materials are useless. What equipment do you have? Well, we've got you need a shaving brush, obviously. This is a badger brush. This has been handmade. It's quite an expensive badger brush. It's the Big Shave brush. We had our own brushes made 2 years ago by a couple of members. They were sold. You also need a razor. This is what's called a Mirka Future. Mirka is a German brand of razor. It's a lovely stainless steel brushed stainless steel razor. It's got a razor blade in it, quite sharp obviously. It's also adjustable. If you look closely, it's got a range of numbers on there, and if I put my glass down I'll be able to see what we're shaving on today. We're shaving on 3. It goes from 1 to 6, 1 being a very mild shave, 6 being what's called an aggressive shave, which means it's a bit like a cutthroat razor, and 3 being halfway in between obviously. And it's got a blade in it as well. Now I've not put a fresh blade in today, so we might stop, change the blade if it's a bit rough. This is the blade, double-edged safety blade made by a company called Astra, and it's a platinum, and it's my favourite blade, so we're having a bit of a choice of favourites this morning. So we've got a razor, we've got a brush. What else do you need? You need some soap, and you need something to mix the soap in. So this is what's called a scuttle. It's a bowl which has got a line in which you can put out water in so that your soap gets nice and hot. That's a Williams block of soap which has been sitting there for a couple of months, hardly gone down. You also need some water. You hear the water there. You need, to finish off after you're shaving, you need some aftershave. I like to use a alcohol based aftershave. This is from the Czech Republic and it's called Alpe, and it's Kumvalinka, isn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, and that's clove to you and me. And my Czech isn't that good, but I know it's clove. It's got a very medicinal smell to it. It smells a bit like a dentist. And then after that you finish off with some cream or some balm to soothe the skin, and this is Arco. Let's do it. Let's do a drive-by. This is the Arco cream. There we go. Arco cream, classic cream, comes in a little tube, goes a long way. And the beauty of that cream is it's got beeswax in it, so it's not sloppy and wet. It's very loose, it's very firm, and it needs a lot of movement to get it into your skin. So there's a bit of massaging going on as well. So what do you do first of all? Let's explain the shaving procedure. Most men who shave their faces struggle a lot. The main reason being that you never really get told how to shave properly. You're never instructed. I think it should be a duty of every father to show their son how to shave properly, but the only issue I have with that is that most fathers probably don't know how to shave properly, so that would be a bit useless. And so I'm trying to be everyone's dad on these videos. I've been making them for about 5 years, and I'm just whipping up a bit of soap. So there you go, there's the soap, about 10 seconds worth of lathering. Most men's faces, the hair on men's faces grows in a certain pattern. And I'll explain where my pattern is, and then you can work out where your own is. Mine grows outwards this way, goes outwards along the chin, and it goes outwards along the neck. And I used to shave in various ways. So sometimes used to shave with it, sometimes used to shave against it. And you'd read something in a paper or in a book, or someone would say something, and you'd copy what they do, and it was never satisfactory. Until one day, I watched a couple of videos on YouTube by someone called Mantic59, and he talked about a 3-pass method. And the 3-pass method, to begin with, quite laborious, but once you get the hang of it, is very, very quick. And also it's very efficient as well. And what you do is you lather up first of all, and then you shave lightly with the growth. So, and then the second pass you shave across the growth, which is that way, and down the jawline, and up or down. And then the last shave that you do, you shave against the growth. And this is the one where you take your time getting getting it nice and smooth. The first two, don't try and get it as smooth as you can, because one of the tricks against not getting irritation on your shaving, when you're shaving, is people tend to overshave. They overshave in the wrong way. So you stay on the one spot to try and get it nice and clear, and you end up irritating the skin, so you get rashes, especially on the neck area. Now, I very rarely get rashes on the neck area. I very rarely nick myself because I'm not putting a great deal of pressure. I always use the pressure, the weight of the razor as the pressure. I don't press hard. Okay, so let's get going. So the first thing to do is to wet the skin and then apply some lather. And it doesn't have to look like a classic lather. It doesn't have to be massive. But it does have to cover the skin, and it does have to be slippy. You can have watery lather that's slippy. So you can see now that's worked quite well into the skin. So the first pass is going to be this way, down the jaw, across, down the jaw, and then that way with the growth of the hair. So let's get stuck in. Now this blade, it's probably had about 5 or 6 shaves with it, but it's still doing the job, and that's all you need to worry about. You don't have to change your blade every day unless you want to. It becomes quite expensive if you do that, but you are guaranteed a fresh blade. The other thing to remember when you're shaving as well is to always keep washing out the razor so it doesn't clog up with soap and bristles. So there you go. I think we're getting near the end of the first pass. So the first pass, as you can see, I've gone with the growth, all directions, and to be frankly, it's quite rough. If I've just shaved it like that, I wouldn't feel like I've had a decent shave. So the next stage is to lather up again, and this time we're going to go across, which is in that direction. Again, just hold the razor nice and steady. Don't rush it. If you rush, you'll end up cutting yourself. Okay, so you can see it's relatively simple. I'm not putting any pressure on it. I'm letting the razor do all the work, and when you've got a heavy razor like this, the razor will do all the work for you. I usually wear glasses as well, and I'm actually looking into a very small screen, so you can understand I'm a bit wary about cutting myself or doing it wrong. But there you go. Now the shaving, that's a lot better now. It's a lot smoother, but there's still rough areas. There's a rough line right down the jaw. There's a bit of roughness on the neck there. There's a bit of roughness there on the cheek. So they're the things that are going to get polished off on the last one. Okay, so we lather up one last time. And as I said before, this is the pass, the shaving pass that you take your time over. I'm going to make sure my hands are dry as well, so I'm just drying my hands out so my razor is not going to slip at any point during this. The other thing to remember as well is when you're shaving, move your razor before it touches the skin. Don't put it on the skin then move it. You're more likely to cut it that way. So this time we're going to go up the face. So we're going up, 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 up. And I'm going to feel on the cheek a little bit for just any little rough spots, which I'm going to remove. And then we're going to go down the jawline. Now usually on these videos as well, I don't talk this much about the shaving. I usually have a little gab about what's happening in the world and about where I live and about what's happening and who's doing what to whom. And I'm not this time because I'm just concentrating on getting back to shaving 101, which is this one. So we go down the jawline, nice and slowly, and then up the face against the growth. And if you need to, you can push your cheeks out just to make it easier to shave. And this is the one where you actually start feeling along the way to make sure that you're getting all the rough bits up. And you can probably hear, let me just shave a little bit on here. Now this is a clean shave, this is a clean shaven face, hardly makes any noise. But when you've got a bit of beard on it, you can hear the razor sings out. So you use the feedback from the sound of the razor to help you work out what it's doing. And the next thing to do once you've finished is to get some fresh water. You can have cold or hot, doesn't matter which. Handful of water. Try and wash all the soap off. And once all the soap's been removed, this is the thing I like to do. Just give it a good wipe down, rub the face. This has a couple of different effects really. One is it gets rid of all the soap, but it also invigorates the face and brings the blood to the surface. So my face has got a bit pink looking, partially to do with being shaved and partially to do with the fact that I've just massaged the face. So you can see, bringing the blood to the surface of the skin makes the skin healthier, keeps the blood circulation going. And the next thing that we do is we put the cologne on. As I say, I like to use alcohol-based cologne, some people don't. I like alcohol-based cologne because it evaporates fully and it's not oily. So I rub it all up my hands, I don't pat it on, right? And I just massage it in. Now because there's no cuts on the face and the skin's not been aggravated in any way, it's not sensitive, the aftershave doesn't smell. Sorry, it does smell. The aftershave doesn't sting. There's absolutely no sting there whatsoever. The sting really is when I'm putting it on my forehead. So, again, there's a bit of massage. The face is rubbed quite hard. Make sure you put your top back on your aftershave or your cologne, because it does evaporate. And then finally put some Arco cream on it. Now, I usually like to take a blob, 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 and a blob. And as I said earlier on in this video, it's not wet, it's very oily because it's got beeswax in it. So it has to be worked right in. Now, if you don't work it right in, you end up with a big white streak down your face, which if you go into work with that, people think you're doing something nefarious, into a fancy dress party. So rub it in with both hands. Make sure it's right into the skin. It's got nowhere else to go. Right, okay, I hope you can see. Got to look quite healthy really for a man of 59. Let me put my glasses on so I can see what I look like. Okay, oh, hang on, let's clean them. It feels really good, feels fresh. So I'm going to go get changed, go into work, and obviously feel better about doing what I'm going to do in work today. People do notice the difference. People say you look younger, in fact, or healthier. And obviously being mostly clean shaven, I'm going to trim this down a little bit. Just give you a nice appearance to your work colleagues and the public. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Steve Farragher and I live in Liverpool. And if you want to find out about the Facebook group, The Big Shave, then the information will be on the screen there. It's dead easy, you just send a request to join the group, and if you're not some sort of scammer, we'll let you in. Also, if you're interested in buying things like Merkur Futures, soaps, shaving scuttles, etc., then you can send me an email at this address, personal email, and just mark it Big Shave Market. Mark the email Big Shave Market, and I'll answer any queries or questions, and also use that email address if you have any direct answers or leave any comments. Anyway, feel free to leave some comments on this, positive or negative. I don't mind. Some people do leave positive as long as it's not personally insulting or so what. And I'll get back to you. So remember, enjoy your shave in the morning because it gives you a very positive start to every day. And if you can't, try and shave every day. Try and shave successfully. Try and shave to the 3-pass method, and you'll feel, within a month, you'll feel a certain amount of positivity in your life you maybe didn't have before. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Steve Farragher. This is Liverpool. I'm The Big Shave. And I'll see you soon. Ta-da.